Hello, hello everyone. Marcy here. Welcome to my craft room. We're returning today with another tag template from Kathleen Mower. We're going to be working on template number 6, which she calls long lines. Now I have her playlist linked below in my description box. Just click down there if you see like the little down arrow, looks like a carrot, or sometimes it just says more right below the video where the video is playing. It'll have the title and then it'll say more. You can click there, or if it has the down arrow, just click on that. That will open up with the description box, and there you will find all of the information that I often refer to. Any links that I put in my videos, such as this one, any of my affiliate links to products that I enjoy using, and my comments and everything too, anything that I want to tell you about the video. I want to say welcome to everyone who has recently subscribed. I've gotten quite a few new subscribers, and I'm really delighted to have you here with us. So thank you. Thanks for joining the gang. The principle that Kathleen is discussing in her video, her template number 6, is the principle of line, and specifically long lines. So we're going to be making tags that, as you can see in this diagram, we're going to run some strips up and down. Now those can be anything. They can be paper, they could be washi tape, they could be strips of fabric if you want to do a fabric look. It can really be anything. If you prefer to paint, you could be painting on there. You could stamp in vertical lines and all of that. I have some paper strips that I pulled out of my scraps, and then I have some lace. Depending on which strips I pick, I may want to run some lace up or down if there's a wide area that needs something else. And I had thought about stamping, but I don't really have any tall, skinny stamps per se. And then if we want to, we could also add washi tape. But that is what we're doing today. We're going to be working on some tags, and of course I will be making one to go in my idea book and putting in this description. And then this is just a principle we can draw on anytime we're trying to make something. All of these principles in her tag templates apply to journal cards or any kind of really page layout, just how you're designing the item that you're trying to decorate in front of you. And they just give you kind of a handy little formula that you can follow when you just aren't sure how to decorate something. Everything always looks good. My tendency is to over decorate, so these have been good for me because it helps me to kind of simplify and to recognize good design without over complicating. And I have found myself using many of these ideas or templates in other things that I make. So it's been really nice for me, just a way to really improve how I do things and the quality of what I do, as well as just giving me ideas to draw on and helping me to really develop my eye and recognize good design when I see it. So go ahead and hit pause, get yourselves crafty or get comfy, whatever it is you want to do, and then hit play, and I'll be with you right after this. And we're back. So this is my note-taking on her video. Like I said, it's linked below. She explains really well the principle of line. There's a lot that goes into it from an artistic point of view. And so you definitely want to check out her video because she really explains it in detail more than I could ever explain, or even, I mean, she just explains it so well. And I'm definitely not going to be able to do that as well as she did. So check out her video. But basically, what I wrote here is that all lines have a definite beginning and ending point, and they can be an outline of an object, and then the point is for your eye to follow up and down or side to side. So I'm going up and down. If we get wild, we might decide to make one that goes side to side. So let's get started, shall we? I have some tag bases here that I have pre-cut. Now, these are scraps. And I keep seeing this paper. I chose it because I like the back sides, so that'll be nice to write on. But I never have been very keen on the front sides with these obnoxious polka dots. And every time I think that I've gotten all of these pieces of these used up, I find more. So I really hope that I've come to the end of these papers because I was never fond of them to start with. This one is just a random piece of a little bit heavier cardstock, not quite as thick as chipboard, but it's a good heavyweight cardstock. I want to cover it up because it had it was a piece that was folded up and glued, and I tore off the extra piece there. So that's the side we're going to cover. We're going to cover the polka dots. Now, so I just pulled out random colors. Some of these have been sitting in my stash for a really long time. And I want to kind of spread these out a little bit so that I can work on them all simultaneously. I think I said in my last tag one, it just helps me somehow or other, I don't know why, to be able to work on them all together at the same time, to just kind of see, to pick one and see, you know, pick out a piece and then see if it will work or where it does work. So that's how I do it. I have no idea why that is, but it just works well for me. So you guys do the process that works the best for you. I just want to make sure everybody's kind of where you can see it. There we go. And I think I want that one over there. It's going to be a little distracting at first because this background is going to be conflicting with whatever I lay down, but I think after I get them organized, they're not going to be, they're going to look good, you know? It's not going to be so atrocious as what you're seeing right at the moment. There's that. And you can make these grungy, you can make them flowery, you can do whatever design thrills your heart. I think I want this one over here. Some of them she made only had 3 strips on them, and some had more. So it's really just up to you how you would like to do it. Let's see. I feel like these might go together. There we go. So what have you guys got going on today? Anything interesting or not interesting? Same old routine? What you got going on? I'm not sure exactly when this is going to air. I think I keep telling you that I'm trying to film ahead so that when we go out of town to see our kids, you have something to watch. I don't want to miss any uploads. And so I'm just recording, and then these will land where they will, but it's getting to be Easter time, and so I'm just curious, what does everybody have planned for Easter? Do you have anything? I want this, but it just doesn't work with anything, I don't think. Maybe up here. And yeah, what do you have going on for Easter? It's kind of nice to not have a COVID Easter this year, don't you think? Yeah. I haven't really made any real definite plan yet. Probably should. We usually will be with my mom, or, you know, before our 2 moved over to Vancouver, we would have, you know, a whole big family thing with all 4 of our kids, and that means our 2 daughters and their spouses. When I say our kids, I am including my sons-in-law in that, because they are our children too, since they married our daughters. When you have girls, eventually you get sons, and when you have sons, eventually you wind up with daughters, which is a real nice way for it all to work out, I think. Now I got this one out, but it has a hole in it, and I don't think, well, that might work over there. Let's see. I'm primarily focusing on the skinny strips right now because I'd really like to use them up. I just am tired of looking at them. That one has kind of a postage stamp design on it, so you can see the image of the postage stamps going up and down. I don't know how well you can tell that. You know what? And this one, has ivy, a little bit of ivy. I have some here with words on them, but I'm not sure how well they would work because they're so long. They're not going to fit on one tag. So I'm not sure. I don't know. I might get a brilliant idea for that. We'll see. But I wouldn't count on it. Let's see. Here's this one. I like this one a lot. It might go up there. That looks nice. And then I kind of actually like this one better because it has more of the dusky purple on it. It's got glitter too, so I feel like the glitter should be between two plainer pieces. That is not trimmed straight, so I'm going to have to account for that when I glue it down. And this one, I'm using all these different strips from like farmhouse kind of papers. So all the colors and patterns work together really well, but since I know I have more of those journals to make, that would be good kind to make. And then this one I've been wanting to use forever, but I don't know if those colors, no. Actually, what if I put that one over there and this one over here? I'm gonna cut off those words there, so. In fact, I'll do that really fast. It's hard because it's a very skinny piece there, a very narrow strip to trim off. There we go. Better, I think. Yeah, I like the colors. Tie in very nicely with that. Okay. Still need something for up there. Let's see, I have a wider one here. I'm wondering how that would look. It's kind of bright next to that black. I'm not gonna use that one. I have this one too I'd love to use up, but I don't think this one's gonna work in this batch. See, what if, I don't want it this wide, but what if I just kind of put it between the dark and the brown stripe? I'll trim it down, but how does that look? I'd love to use up that scrap too. Huh. All right, well, I'm gonna set this one aside for the moment and think on it. And then I'll start gluing. I'm just gonna use this one from the Dollar Tree, foam and poster board adhesive, and I should have something under there. There we go. And also I am gonna want to trim this. Going to be hard to do with a trimmer, so I'm just going to use scissors and hope that I get it as straight as I need it. There we go, not too bad. And here we go. Let's see. I'm going to put that wide edge to the outside, because that's going to get mostly trimmed off. Actually, I want it like that. I know I just rearranged it from how I had it a second ago. Oops, but that's okay. And I just noticed that's not on there straight. And the one thing about the wet glue is it does give you a chance to reposition. And then I want to run just a little bit right along the very edge because these are going to overlap slightly. I don't even know if any glue came out. Did I get any glue out with that? Hey, buddy. Did you glue? You wake up. There we go. That's better, because that line is going to be my guide. There we go. There. Those two are going to overlap. I don't know if I need the rest of them to overlap or not. I don't know why I'm working with it upside down, but that's what's working for me, so that's what we're going to do. Be nice to get all these skinny bits up and out of my stash and Make them useful. Okay, so see, that's not, somebody's not straight. Got a gap. There's a gap in the line. Also, you really want these to look straight because if they're not, it's gonna definitely be obvious. That's better, I think, I hope. How is that? Sorry about that, my doggie was barking. That gave me time to finish gluing and rearranging. Unfortunately, these are not on there very straight, look. What I can do is maybe just trim the back of the tag. That would make it very skinny, so I don't know. Or we could always try putting washi tape. I don't know. I don't know, it's not very straight, which is gonna bug me. Or, I suppose, this makes it a good opportunity to use some lace. Anyway, I don't know why she was bugging because, bugging. I don't know why she was barking because there's nobody out there. That might work. Then you can't tell that it's crooked there. That's pretty. And it just gives that tag a little something interesting. I'm gonna have to work a lot faster if I want to be done. There, what do you think? I think when I ink it up, it's gonna help a little bit with that one side. And I don't really want to cover up the roses, so I'll just put some lace. In fact, let's see, let me just measure it. This one is wrinkled, so we're gonna have to glue that down. Oh, my glue decided to kind of explode on me. So I'm just gonna spread it out with my finger a little bit. And then that way when I lay down the lace, it'll grab everything. And we're gonna make sure we have it right way. Right side up. I may have to clamp that. Boy, these are just, everything's sliding around. There we go. Got some real-time crafting going on here, folks. This is not all pre-scripted and perfect. It will get edited because that's just a necessity when it comes to my recording. But it's not always going to be perfect. Oops. Okay. Let's get the dry one out. That will help. Yeah, this is just sliding all over the place. So I think I'm going to clamp it with some paper clips. It'll just hold it enough to help it not scoot around while it dries. And then I want it to hold down this one right here. But I don't want that to scoot over and be out of line when it is all the way done. Okay. Here we go, I think, I hope. Put my wet rag back, get my dry rag, trim. These Tim Holtz scissors, since I use them on paper, don't always trim the lace and stuff. Sometimes you get lucky, like right now, so that's good. Okay, moving that back. Okay, that's gonna sit and hopefully dry and flatten out a little bit. That's kind of sweet, isn't it? Very sweet. I don't know that I have any washi tape that I could run up that would look in the right style. I have some strawberries. Oh, I have this. Let's see. I have this. It's narrow and it's in the right colors, and I really didn't think I would have a good use for it, but this would be the use. Let's see. We just line it up. Should we fold it around? No, it would clash. I think, let's see. I think, therefore I am. Rene Descartes. It's the only useful thing I learned out of philosophy. Okay, so I want this to cover up that side, but I'm going to need something else right here to cover that gap. And unfortunately, I'm losing my roses, which I really liked, but they're crooked. There's that. I'm just gonna smoosh that down. Where'd that piece go? There we go. Okay. There's that. And then actually, maybe when I decorate it with something, I'll cover that up. It may get covered up, you know, with a focal point. So really, I'm concentrating on making these tags, but later, you know, and laying down the lines, but later we might end up, when I actually use it, I'll probably end up putting something else on there. So there's one. Whew. It was exhausting. Okay, next one we knew we wanted to do was this one. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, those fit. All right, so now there's this one. Bringing my glue page back. I may rearrange the order. Then again, I may not. I do like that brick. Actually, let's take that one off. And then, I don't know if you can tell, but this line, this map has a little bit of a line from the pad. I don't want that on there. So I'm trying not to use it. And I think, given how tricky that was on the last one, we'll trim these down just a bit. Take off some of that so I can fiddle with it easier. I just feel like this one should be off to the side. Yeah, that's better. Okay, I think this time I'm gonna just try gluing them down individually instead of going all over the whole back because everything was sliding. So, whatever those letters were, I'm doing them this way, which is probably upside down. But they're just gonna be how they are, you know? Okay. So checking again that this is lined up with the edge. I know the edges of the tags are straight. So that's our supposition number 1. Basic assumption number 1. Okay, this is just gooping out all over the place. I don't have one of those silicone scraper things with me over here. It's on the other side of the room. But now I kind of see why I might have needed it. Didn't really think I was going to need one. And there's that. Spent a lot of time wiping things off of myself here. Nope, lay down flat, please. Lay down. Okay. Now this one was next. I like the look of the mortar in between the bricks. Well, I'm having a struggle here. I think it's just because it's flat and I can't really get a good view of it while I'm working on it. So I'm going to just hold it up while I do this. That might be the best idea. You can't see it as well, but I can see it great. I feel like I'm just making a big gluey mess. Okay, there's that one. Gonna slide it up there. There we go. Making sure that since these have faces on the postage stamps, I want to make sure they're going the right direction and not like last time where I cut my tag upside down. It happens. This is getting messy already, so I'll fold that in half. Flatten this out. Gonna let it dry before I trim it and go on to the next one. Although I'll probably do that. Give it a little haircut while it's waiting. Okay, the next one here. Now let's see how we want it. I definitely want that one in the middle, I think, but that may not work. I wanted this one on the outside edge. There's this. Got to roll up my sleeves. I'm getting hot. I kind of feel like I want that one on the outside and this one next to the stripy one. Yeah, yes, I do. Okay, so I'm gonna just lay these over here in the right order. Snip some of that off. We're going to work from the other side now. I just find it easier to use my fingers to smush the glue. I know I'm being kind of quiet. I'm sorry. I'm trying to concentrate. I don't have anything super chatty to talk about. Nothing too exciting. That's why I was hoping you all would tell me about your Easter plans. Anything else you're doing? What did you do this week? What are you gonna do for the weekend? Does anybody have graduations this spring? Last year was our graduation year. Yeah, got anyone that you know that's graduating? I think Stephanie over at Coffee, Paper, Scissors, I think her daughter is graduating high school this spring. It's like it goes in cycles, doesn't it? Where you know lots of people that are, and then they're just nobody. Or weddings, you know, weddings, babies, all of that. It all goes in cycles. So my daughter, you know, my younger daughter decided to go back and start a master's program. So she did that and started this semester in January. I wonder, I like the other side better, but yeah. But what I will do is line it up so more of that pink shows on the tag. Anyway, so Camille should be finishing up her first semester in graduate level studying counseling. She's loving it. So she had, I think did she have 2 classes or 3? She only had 2 as far as I'm aware. And one of them only went part of the time. It didn't go the full semester. I think it was like a 9-week class. And then the other one has gone the full semester. But the 9-week class, she told us she got a 99.2% in it, and that's ethics. So I'm glad to know that my daughter will be an ethical counselor, as I worked hard to make my children to ethical people. It is really intimidating, I think, to have that much responsibility in your hand. You know, somebody's life, somebody's well-being and mental health, and you have to be able to accurately diagnose and assess them and know when to refer them and know when you can handle it yourself. It's pretty... Things are falling down over there. You know, it just carries a lot of responsibility with it, you know. Let's see. I really liked this stripe. Were there only going to be 3? Gotta make sure I'm in frame here. Is it only gonna have 3? No, it needs another one. So maybe this one will work over here. Okay, let's start gluing. This kind of reminds me of doing the Art Deco cards where they were the triangles, you know? Now that video, I think it was one of my best videos ever, and I loved the thumbnail, I loved the title, but it has gotten some of the lowest engagement and response, like low views, low everything, and I don't know why. Is it the subject? Is it the title? Is it because I said Art Deco? I don't know. Honestly, it was one of my most favorite videos to make, and it honestly was one of my best videos I've ever made. And the product turned out really nicely too. So the whole series, oops, doing the female adventure journal that I made, it had kind of an Art Deco vibe. It all got low, all of those videos got low engagement. So I guess I just need a little feedback on, oh, I think this thing is gonna explode on me again. It exploded while I was off camera with the dog. Is it because I use the words Art Deco in the title, or the thumbnail's lame, or do I need to, what do I need to change to help people get more interested in it? Because it just didn't get as many views. So if you're not viewing it, you know, from there it goes, everything's affected. It's got a trickle-down effect, basically. So why? Why? I just want to understand, because I don't know, but this kind of reminds me of those Sunburst cards, and they were really fun and so simple to put together. I think I'd love to do more. I should do some more like in a more flower or pastel kind of theme. Okay, who had the one that had the crooked piece? That was that one up there I haven't done yet. Okay. You really want to make sure your strips have straight edges, because you're going to want them to line up just right. And it's also evening right now while I'm videotaping, so I don't know if that's affecting my light and my vision. Probably. It's tomorrow's trash day, so I had to go put the trash out. And it's raining out, which is actually very enjoyable because we need it and it's not snow, so that was it made me very happy. When we used to live down in the historic section of town, I liked it because our trash went out to the alley. We had alleyways down there. And I really enjoyed taking trash to the alley. It just seems kind of barbaric. I don't know. That's not the right word. But anyway, it just seems kind of weird to haul your trash to your front yard, out to your front sidewalk for everyone to see it and have it get picked up and then bring it back out. I don't know. Just seems kind of trashy. But that's what you do when you're in the suburbs. I mean, I don't know why it seems like that. We grew up with that. But after having had an alleyway where you could take it to the back and it was out of sight and it got picked up and it wasn't just out in the front yard, you know, where everyone could stare at your trash, or if it blew over, it went all over everybody's yard. So I'm gonna let that one dry, and I'm gonna go ahead and trim these two. I don't know that I'm gonna get to that last one in the time I have. Whoops. Trimmed into the card. Big mistake. So yeah, if you have any thoughts on why the Art Deco ones, and also the one about my name, how the channel got its name, that one was the lowest engagement of anything I've had since pretty much I started this channel when nobody knew me, you know? So I don't know why that one didn't get more interest, but maybe nobody cares how my channel got its name. I don't know. And if so, okay. That's fine. I really like the thumbnail on that one too, because I did like a name tag, like the hello, my name is 70s style name tags. I was very proud of that thumbnail. I thought it was very cute, but again, no engagement. So when you get 4 or 5 in a row like that aren't getting engagement, YouTube gets the idea that nobody wants to see your channel, so then they stop promoting it. So we don't want that. We don't want to send that message to YouTube, do we? Am I that bad? Tell me. Oh. It's always kind of a guessing game, it seems like. Yay! Ooh, that's cool. That'll make a nice masculine tag, so I don't think I'll put lace on that. You're saved for a special event. Okay, we got that one. How many did I start with? 5? I feel like I'm missing one. Oh, that one over there that I did first. It had the lace is drying. Maybe I do have time for this other one. We'll see. we'll see. Because like I said, I'm not really decorating them. I'm just using the principle of line. But then you could probably just put, I would think maybe just a singular focal point on it. One thing in the middle, whether it be a picture or a word, an object, something. I do kind of, I know I have 9,000 butterflies I have to use, and I don't think I'm exaggerating. Well, just slightly, not a lot. Not too far off the mark with that one. Ooh, that looks kind of like autumn, doesn't it? I wonder if I have any leaves. I don't think I have any leaves. That would be really cool with a leaf on it. This will be cool with a farmhousey thing on it. Let's take those off. Should be good now, hopefully. Yep, it's dry. So that one has the lace. This one has leaves. This one could have a guy. And I guess I'll go ahead and do this one real fast. And then we'll call it a video because I really don't have that much else to do to it. I wasn't planning to decorate, just to do the principle. We must take adventures to know where we... I wonder if I could just cut that up and put that on here. What if I cut off the wheat? That little dealy bobber. I could run that on there. We must take... Be nice to use these up. Adventures. Let's make that its own word. I never know how to break up these sentences. To know where... No, to know where we truly belong. Maybe we'll do this instead of decorating that. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants here, folks. I don't know. I'm gonna put the cap back on that glue. It seems to keep getting yucky, and I don't know. I gotta cover that one up too, so that doesn't dry out. Let's do this. Isn't this a quote from The Hobbit, from Tolkien? We must take adventures to know where we truly belong. Doesn't Gandalf say that to the Hobbit? Frodo? I read the book, The Hobbit. I really enjoyed that one, and I've read it a couple of times. Watched the movie, kind of the old one that was like the cartoon, you know, that came out in the 70s. It was, never really could get into it, but I saw that a couple times because my brothers watched it. And then never have been able to get into The Lord of the Rings, and I've tried it. I've started the series twice, but I just don't really care for it. And then the newer versions, you know, the trilogy of The Hobbit with, what's his name? The kid. Can't think of his name. Anyway, what am I looking for? I'm looking for birds. I feel like maybe I could have a bird on there that would be somewhat free-spirited or something. If I had one soaring on the wing, but I didn't really cut those out because they're hard to cut out. Let's see. We must take adventures to know. Got to get this all. Maybe I should just do them straight. We must take adventures to know where we truly belong. Adventures. Buddy, you don't... These are all the smaller ones right here. I've been cutting them out of books. These are the wrong colors. He's kind of, I don't think he'll fit. Yeah, I think a bird on the wing would be just the right thing for that, but I don't have one. I don't have any birdies on the wing. I've got several of all the same kind of things. They're not. And since I want it to be kind of masculine, I don't want a butterfly. I just don't have anything that will work, unfortunately. All the rest of these are big things. There's a pretty old owl. I don't think I can. Let's take adventures. To know, see, there's a wisdom from the owl, where we truly belong. Now it just looks like I put a bunch of junk on a tag. Nope. I like the words. I'll just live with the words without a bird. Oh, a couple of escapees there. There we go. Okay. Let's glue these on and call it a day. What I should do is start in the middle. That way everything will be equal. When I glue it down, it won't be off center or anything. Okay, so to know is the center. Ah! And I dropped it on its friends. To know. Things are curling. Are we truly? I wonder, I have teeny tiny little people. Since rearranging, it's been really handy because I've got all the people in one spot. And I have some really dinky ones here. Okay, so no offense, ladies, but you're not in on this one. Step aside. We want some boys. Now see if I can find a sitting boy. He might still be too tall. But something like that would be cute, except she's a girl. He's leaning. He's gonna be in the wrong place. I don't know if I'm gonna have one that fits or not. There's Annie Oakley. Annie Oakley Jr. Yeah, now because I spaced all those out so nicely, they're not gonna work. Let's take adventures to know we truly belong. I just had you. Don't need you. See, here's another sitting child, but it's a girl. Oh. Nope, no little people. Wait, here's a little lad. Hello, young man. Can you help me out? Make him recline. No. Oh. I like him. Can you sit on the G where we truly belong? He's close. He's so close to being the right thing. Could I cover up the tonneau? I know I'm not going to be able to peel that up because it's art glitter glue and it's going to leave a mess over there. And yet here I am trying it anyway. You never know. We could get lucky. We could get lucky. He might just work if I do it this way. Come on, fella. Work with me here. I know, are we just wasting time? I really want this to work. Now that I'm fully vested in this. Okay, yes, if I ink, cover up the boo-boo a little bit. Okay, it's gonna have to be very precise though. I'm gonna curl that. I know, I kind of wish I'd thought of that before I did the rest of it, but like I said, I'm flying by the seat of my pants today. In this video, to know where we truly belong. Oh, yes. Okay, now, how do I get you exactly where I want you? Good question. Okay, let's slap some of that down. He looks like a little C.S. Lewis, doesn't he? Except it was Tolkien that said it, not C.S. Lewis, but you know. Okay, we'll pretend like he's a little Tolkien. He's too well dressed and his feet are too small to be a hobbit. Okay, well that's gonna be crooked. See, he's giving us some advice. Out of the mouth of babes. Oh, yes. Got a little guy on there. We must take adventures to know where we truly belong. You, my darling, get to be the thumbnail on this video because I worked so hard to get you there. Oh, he's so cute. You realize I am sitting in a room right now by myself, talking out loud and saying things like, oh, he's so cute. And if someone happened along and didn't know I was recording a video, they would think I was a nutter. Absolutely bonkers. But you guys are on the other side of the camera, so I know you understand me. You got me. Okay, let's review. Now, I gotta go back and pop that down a little bit more. Pop that down. Glue that down. Secure. Anchor it. There we go. Yeah, usually I'm, you know, have to record with my door shut. My husband's over in his office, but he's not home right now, so it's just me and the dog and the wide open air. It's actually kind of nice. Okay, so here's what we've got. I did put the lace on the one. Here's this. We didn't get to the other one because I just felt like it was going to take me a while to figure out what I wanted on it. So we got 4 done, which is great. But that is the principle of line. Where's my little cheat sheet? There it is. With Kathleen Mower's tag template number 6, long lines. Check out our video down in the description box. Give me a big thumbs up because, well, because it would be really awesome if you did. And leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think or how you would use lines on a tag for yourself. Tell me what's going on, what you got going on for Easter, and remember to hit subscribe, the little subscribe button. If you haven't done that yet, pretty please do. 75% of my viewership is not subscribed, and so that means 25% of you are. So think how many more people we could be reaching if you were subscribed, and then that tells YouTube that my channel is worth promoting and pushing out there, and lets me know that what I am doing is good content for you, so that I will keep doing it. All right, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me. Be inspired, do something creative today, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.